second is what made it possible. The synthesizer. You might be asking yourself, why is this man making these claims? Well, because they are true. You see, the synthesizer is not only the greatest instrument created, it is probably the greatest invention in the galaxy. And yes, I know about the plow, or the space station, or even the tractor beam. But I am willing to bet the farm. The synthesizer will reign supreme. It has not yet even reached the glass ceiling. Well, it kind of did one time, but then it produced a frequency that shattered that glass ceiling. So we are still waiting for the synthesizer to show us its full potential. So one of the reasons why I believe that the synthesizer is the greatest instrument, and one of the things that makes the synthesizer so special is that never before in the history of mankind had you been able to play one instrument and then immediately afterwards play another instrument. Now, if you wanted to even get close, you would have to go to the Catholic Church, because they were the only ones that had enough money to buy multiple instruments, and they did it by taking money from you. That's how it worked. So the Catholic Church would have had an organ on one side of the church and a piano on the other side of the church for a balance, and also a way to say that they told you something, but they didn't really tell you. They say they can give you the keys to heaven, and they can, but they don't tell you. They show you, and then when they show you, they don't tell you it's anything. It's about the middle path. And the more you spend time with me, then you will understand this. Because the synthesizer gave me an insight into the world. So, if you wanted to play two instruments back to back, you would play one and then run across the aisle to play the other. But the thing is, you would have to run really fast to get across the aisle and play the other instrument. And then you would be out of breath and thus not be able to fully enjoy the experience. So, now that the synthesizer is created, you can push a button and play the piano. Then you can push another button and play the organ. And then another button, you could press the harpsichord. Sometimes you might have to press multiple buttons. For instance, maybe the sound is in the double digits or triple digits. Then you would have to enter 3 or 2 numbers. Sometimes you would have to use zeros because they had to accept 2 or 3 numbers, and if it was only a single or double digit, there would be one missing, but it needed 3 to complete the change. Others, you could press it. If it was 8, you could just press 8 and press enter and skip the hassle of playing either 1, 2, or 3 more buttons to perform the song or the instrument change. was 80s and she was not that great either. But in the 90s they had terrible music like Sugar Ray or the Pixies. Who wants to hear that? Unless it has a lot of synthesizer and a soft, soothing voice like Richard Marx or Peter Cetera, then I don't want anything of it. Now, there is one good thing about Double Dragon, and that is the cinematography. Because the director was also the director from the video by Go West called The King of Wishful Thinking. And it was wishful thinking that he could make a great video with those people. Because they wanted to put everything in the video. Now, while their music was a great song, their ideas for the musical or for the video really weren't that great. They wanted like mariachi bands and zebras and monks and like everything but the kitchen sink, basically. And actually, I think I did see a kitchen sink. But anyway, the director was able to put it all together in a video and not make it look too terribly awkward. Because don't get me wrong, it was gonna look awkward. And that song came out in the 90s. But the end of the 80s, really. Because of the synthesizer, it warped time. And the time that it warped was in the 80s, towards the end. That's why the music was so great. It created effect that pulled all the energy in from life and pumped it into the movies. And that's why we're in the music and the culture and the arts and the fashion. And that's why we have things like the Goonies and the Glory of Love and the Karate Kid. I mean, Peter Cetera, Glory of Love, and Karate Kid 2 go hand in hand. Now, granted, Karate Kid 2 isn't the best of the series. It's actually not even the second best, like the name implies. It's actually the worst one. It's even worse than the one with the girl and the one with Will Smith's kid combined. However, that song from Peter Cetera echoes still through my home because I listen to it a lot. It is a great song, and you're not going to change my mind. So I think it's about time that we get to the 80s and the music and what it was. So, I will read to you the Billboard Top 100 Songs from the year 1980. Excuse me. So the first song that we're gonna go backwards to forwards, and the number 100, starting it all off, 1980, Refugee by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And then we'll move to number 99. And at number 99, we have the song All Night Long by Joe Walsh. At 98, we have the song Ships by Barry Manilow. Oh, that man's voice was so deep and beautiful. He could make anything sound sexy, even herpes or gingivitis, as I would find out on television. 97 was Break Dead Ahead by Boz Scaggs. At number 96, we have In America by the Charlie Daniels Band. At number 95, we have I Wanna Be Your Lover by Prince. At number 94, we had Tusk by Fleetwood Mac. The next song was by a legend in the country music field, and it was so good that it crossed over into the pop charts. He has a couple on this year, but this one Waves of Summer. At number 89, we had JoJo by Boss Scruggs, again making his second appearance on the Billboard Top 100 in 1980. After number 89, we will have 88. And number 88 is Wait For Me by Hall & Oates. You will see a lot more of them. A funny story is when I was growing up, I thought Hall & Oates was a profession. Like, I'm going to go haul some oats. Really? Yes. Why would you want to do that? Well, I was born to haul oats. I'm sorry, I didn't say that right. But you get the point. I thought they were hauling oats down the interstate, taking oats from one part of town or the country to another. Anyway, the next song is Wait For Me. Now that's the same song. That's number 88. Number 87 is by Fleetwood Mac. This song is called Sarah. Next, the song is Take the Long Way Home by Supertramp. At number 85, we have Driving My Life Away by Eddie Rabbitt. At number 84, Deja Vu by Dionne Warwick. At number 83, we had Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar. And then at number 82, Stand By Me by Mickey Gilley. At number 81, we had The Long Run by one of the worst bands in the 80s, The Eagles. They could have stayed in the 70s for all I cared. Next, we had I Pledge My Love by Peaches and Herb. After that, we had Off of the Wall at number 79 by Michael Jackson. Number 78 on the Billboard Top 100 for 1980 was Linda Ronstadt's Hurt So Bad. At number 77, we had Pilot of the Airwaves by Charlie Dore. At 76, we had You Should Have Never Let Go by Neil and Dara Sikdadaka. At number 75, you have You Might Be Right by the artist with two first names, Billy Joel. This is his first appearance in the top 100. At what number were we on? No, I'm just kidding. So, at numbers, was it? Oh yeah, sorry, I'm looking ahead. So, number 74 was Dim the Lights by Donna Summer. Number 73, One Fine Day by Carole King. And then we had An American Dream by the Dirt Band at number 72. At 71, we had the song Misunderstanding by Genesis. At number 70, we had Love Me, Love You Tonight. I'm sorry, Let Me Love You Tonight by Pure Brain League. At number 69, one of the greatest songs of my lifetime. It's the song about taking a girl, an underage 16-year-old girl, into the night, having to face the difficulties and struggles of being a 31-year-old man and trying to date a 16-year-old girl that's still living with her parents. You should tune in to our classic critique show where Cappy criticizes the classics. He does a great job. It's fun to be had because the 80s are great and deserve all the praise in the world. There's not enough praise to go around for the 80s or the synthesizer. Oh, thank you for them both. So at number 68, we had How Do I Make You by Linda Ronstadt. At number 67, we had Fire Lake by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. At number 66, we had Fame by Irene Cara. At number 65, we had She's Out of My Life by Michael Jackson. And then we had at number 64, Don't Do Me Like That by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. classic Haze. And then at number 62, we had I Can Tell You Why by, again, the worst band of the 70s and 80s. And if they're still around today, the Eagles. At number 61, we have Anne Murray's second hit in the top 100 of 1980. The song was Daydream Believer. At number 60, we had Romeo's Tune by Steve Forbert. And then at 59, we had Let My Love Open the Door by Pete Townshend. At number 58, we had Desire by Andy Gibbs. And then at number 57, we had You're Only Lonely by J.D. Souther. And then at number 56, we had Cool Change by the Little River Band. At 55, one of the greats of the 80s, we had All Out of Love by Air Supply. And at number 54, Rise by Herb Alpert. At 53, we had Emotional Rescue by the Rolling Stones. At number 52, we had On the Radio by Donna Summer. At 51, Against the Wind by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. At number 50, we had Him by Rupert Holmes. So we're halfway done. So far, we've had some pretty good songs, and I'm sure we'll see even greater ones ahead. So at number 49, we have Better Love Next Time by Dr. Hook. At 45, we had Tired of Towing the Line by Rocky Burnett. At number 47, we have Heartache Tonight by the Crap Eagles. At number 46, we had Stomp by the Brothers Johnson. At number 45, We Don't Talk Anymore, Cliff Richard. And at number 44, we have one of the greatest band names of the 80s. It's Shalimar with The Second Time Around. At number 43, Stevie Wonder's song Send One Your Love appears. And next we have Special Lady by Ray Goodman and Brown. Number 41 was Brass and Pocket by the Pretenders. And then at 40 we had Pop Music spelled with a Z and an I instead of a S and a U by M. At 39 we had More Love by Kim Carnes. What a great voice she had. At number 38, No More Tears, Enough Is Enough by Barbra Streisand and Donna Summer. Number 37, we had Take Your Time, Do It Right by the SOS Band. Next we had Too Hot by Kool and the Gang at 36. And then Ladies Night by Kool and the Gang as well at 35. That's crazy how that worked. At number 34, Coward of the Country, Kenny Rogers. 33, we had Longer by Dan Fogelberg. 32 was Sailing by Christopher Cross. And then 31, we had another duet with Kenny Rogers and Kim Carnes. What a great combination. At number 30, we had Let's Get Serious by Jermaine Jackson. And 29 was Cupid, I've Loved You for a Long Time by the Spinners. At number 28, one of the greats of the 80s as well, we had This Is It by Kenny Loggins. Just wait till Top Gun comes out and we have the song Danger Zone. Number 27, The Biggest Part of Me by Ambrosia. At number 28, Steal Away by Robbie Dupree. 25 was Sexy Eyes by Dr. Hook. And please note that this does not mean the same as Hungry Eyes. Sexy eyes are seductive and welcomed. At number 24, we had Yes Guess I'm Ready by Terry Sario and KC. 23 was Still by the Commodores. Number 22 was Shining Star by the Manhattans. And 21 for the Billboard Top 100 we had With You I'm Born Again by Billy Preston and Shrita. We're in the top 20 now, guys. Are you getting excited? Are you waiting to hear that number one song of 1980? I am. At number 19 or number 20 we had Babe by Styx. That was one of the hair metal bands from the 80s that proved that the more you looked like a woman, the more woman you got. It was full of girls looking like boys, looking like girls, and girls looking like boys, and boys and girls, and everyone was androgynous. At number 19, we had Please Don't Go by Casey and the Sunshine Band.